Hey, 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 ni hao. Hello, everybody. Ni hao. Wuhan jiao. Zhongguo being each other. Let's talk about not being. Well, if I go to shake your hand, all that stuff about shaking your hands, right? No, that's not the new thing. The new thing is to use your feet, use your elbows, and elbow bump. But what's the real fear? The real fear is death. Someone you know is going to die. So they talk about these numbers. What's the real number? Up to 3.8 people percent of people are going to die, they're saying. But there's like the mathematical. Okay, that's the mathematical, strictly mathematical, and then there's a graph of how old the people are who get uh, the more serious diseases. However, I'm going to first say that I'm one of the people at high risk. I have diabetes, underlying conditions, and I have blood clots. Let's see. Boop. See if you can see the scars. Yeah, 5 operations. Uh, they had to breathe for me. So that picture is very similar to what I was going through. Think about the people who have 2 conditions. Maybe they have this COVID and then they have another condition. It's very sad. It's very hard. What are the chances of life and death? So the 3.58 or whatever it is, they're saying that's the overall. Look on the good side first. The good side, they're saying, is not affecting children so hard yet, knock on wood, and children are strong to it. Very few children are getting disease and less are perishing from it. So that means you children out there have to look after your older family. We have to look after older friends. You have to look after people who are more susceptible. Uh-oh. I'm sniffling. Look out. What are you going to do? So I started to use my wife's family's in Wuhan. We left China. I was there during SARS. I had I had SARS for 3 weeks. That was nasty. After that SARS, I think it weakened my lungs, and then I got that coma a couple years later. So, sure, you get it, and then you live, and then it's not over. It lingers. It echoes with you. It echoes. Having these diseases will echo through your ages. So if you're strong enough there, once it seeps in, it's going to echo through the old wound, the old disease. Definitely, I can feel the SARS still in there. It's how many years later, right? I can feel it in there. Every time I get a little cold or something, I can feel it echo through. So you got some kind of cold like me. You have a cold. People are talking about in my neighborhood right now in Sunnyvale. People have the COVID. They got it. They got the plague. Do I got the plague? Do I got it? If I do, is that it? Things take a turn for the worse, or I can emergency it. That's the way to be it. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. Emergency it. I've been doing my push-ups. Come on, push it up. So no one's shaking hands or hugging no more. They're doing the Wuhan shake with your feet or the L bump. They just need somebody famous. They need like that a girl 11, right? They call her L, right? So get her to do it from Stranger Things, and everyone wants the L bump with L. So that's all we need is a um, famous spokesperson, and then we have the L. Hey, and then instead of "Can you smell that smell?" Can you L that L? The L of it surrounds you. So we need to find fun ways to fight the hysteria and disease. So I've tried this delivery system, Safeway via DoorDash. Um, uh, is it safer? So I don't have to go out, but if I go out, I control how I touch my fruit because they're getting somebody else, and who knows how many people are getting to collect the food. So We were debating this. Is it best to go yourself and just be very cautious at the supermarket, or to call? Because when you do it yourself, you can control. The thing about this disease is you won't know until 5 or 6 days later. So you sort of have to start writing down everywhere you go now, because once you're infected, you're going to want to know where you went so you can tell other people. So you have to have a tail. Your tail is where you went. So start writing it down. Or there's got to be an app, right? There's probably an app out there that does it automatically for you, tells you where your phone went. So maybe we don't have to write it down anymore. Someone else is writing it down for us. Yo, people spying on me. Tell me where I was last week, 5 days ago, because I'm starting to have a little cold. What's up with that? So I saw the information this morning about how many people have which symptoms. Not even everybody gets a fever. So you get the COVID. They say most people get fever, but it's like 70%. Then they say only 18% of people get sore throats. So chances are, if you have a sore throat, that's not it. And they say mucus is not too much, 30%. But headaches, pretty high. Some people I know live with headaches all the time. There's my migraine friend. Shout out to the migrainers. Stay strong on that. That's hard, man. That's hard having to deal with that. But it's all about the lungs, because this attacks both lungs, not just one. It attacks both at the same time. With when I had some, because the lungs are like they get stuff builds up in there. I guess fluids. It feels like and it did the thing where I would breathe, and then they were sponged with liquid. So they themselves would do a thing after I finished breathing, and then sometimes it's really weird having something move inside your body that you did not will to move. That is a weird feeling. Of course, around the eyes, you start to get, you know, this kind of thing, and then pulls you down, going down, going down. So what are we going to do? Our older people and our vulnerable people are vulnerable, which we knew that. But now is the time. A lot of people are going to be tested. Will you diminish and go to the West to step up? That's right. He grabbed that when it was his time. We need some Frodo little dudes. Come up, kick this evil, throw it into the fire where it belongs. Wherever it belongs, throw it back. Throw it back to the bats, the creatures of the night. We should blame Batman. Blame Batman. Stupid bats. No, I like bats. I'm just kidding. But we definitely have to work together and to find out who out there really needs our help, because things are going scarce here in Sunnyvale, California. The police yesterday, someone was sick, of course, so they jumped out, gave him CPR, but then they found out he had the coronavirus or whatever it was. So now all those cops, and then they called extra cops. So all the cops are quarantine, which is safe. But it's just hard, because then some of them went on other calls and they met people like me, or they gave some lady a ticket. And did she deserve that ticket? Maybe. Did she deserve to get COVID-19? No. So I hope those cops are thinking, yeah, I'm gonna hassle this kid on a bike, because they love to hassle kids. But is it worth it? All you cops out there, you got to think now. And so that might affect if they do the right thing or not. I hope they err on the side of caution, but then they still got to be out there working. They're the blue line, man. It's a hard job. A couple people in my family were fuzz, capolas. Dangerous people are going to start robbing. Worse, yeah, they're going to take advantage of this situation. So protect yourselves out there. And good news. What's the good news of the week? Paradise PD is out. That's so awesome. Finally, something to watch while we're stuck in quarantined. That show is classic. Paradise PD, Netflix. Oh, I love you, Netflix. I love you, YouTube. YouTube. When I was in the hospital in a coma for 35 days, YouTube helped so much. YouTube. Because I just listened. I couldn't do anything but the wave sound, nature sounds. It just takes me. I close my eyes, close your eyes. You can just hear the waves. Hear the birds. Put on some bird sounds. Oh, that's what I do. I love to just go to it. Love it. Just go to YouTube. If your friend or family's sick, in home or in the hospital, definitely YouTube can help so much. Open Ocean Sounds YouTube. I usually use Google. Hey Google. Ocean Sounds YouTube. So normally I have the Hey Google thing, but on YouTube you can pick the exact one. I want Hawaii. I want Philippines. Where do you want? It just helps a lot. And we got to think about this. Your whole body is like an ocean, the waves. Okay, I didn't do the right thing here. YouTube, bird sounds. But when people are sick, that's what they need. That's why it helped me so much. And then, I was been in and out of the hospital for other things. Huh. I guess the internet is bad back here. So are you guys? Can you guys? Oh, okay. All right. Just close your eyes and strong. This bird is strong. He's got a family to help. He's calling out to the ladies. Hey, ladies. Hey, bird ladies. He's talking up a storm. His competition. He hears his competition. Oh, he punches up a notch. When he hears the competition, he punches up a notch. I just do breathing exercises while I listen. Breathe in through your nose. Out through your mouth. So it's breathing and pronunciation. Breathe in through your nose. Out through your mouth. All right. Keep doing that, guys. Be safe out there and find your way to be strong.